Good morning, children. And as you know, we were doing our Tippity's chapter, which is section C of Unit 2. And we were reading about Tippity, the flying squirrel. And children, as we are reading the chapter, you might have come to know that Tippity is not an ordinary squirrel. It is a flying squirrel, a breed which is not so commonly found. It means the author is a person who is fond of animals, right now? You are right. It is Mr. Donald who is the author of this chapter, this story. Mr. Donald, he wrote stories about nature and animals. And as the scenario and the location of the house in the story is in the natural environment, as we have read that when they are going for afternoon stroll, afternoon walk, there were trees, plants, grass. He is not talking about houses, colonies, buildings. He is talking about trees and plants and animals. It clearly says that he used to stay in an environment which was totally free from the hustle and bustle of the cities, somewhere very near to the jungle, or he was in the natural habitat, right? So, and we read that till now that this squirrel, this Tippity, is also fond of eating fresh leaves, the young leaves, right? And today we are going to read the concluding part of the chapter. So just look here. As I have already said, Tippity was nocturnal and woke up a little after sunset. If left to herself, nocturnal, she was active at night, and she would woke up. Woke is the past form of wake, jagna. Woke up a little after sunset. Means she used to get up after sunset, means in the evening. If left to herself means usko uske haal pe chhod de to. Means if you're not disturbing Tippity, then Tippity will get up in the evening. Got it? And it will sleep in the morning because it is nocturnal. Provided. Now, provided means based on the circumstances. Yadi, if she did not get a good dinner, she would be prepared to play and look about for odds and ends to nibble on all night through. Means if you have not given her a good, sufficient dinner, then obviously she will be hungry and she will look around for different things which are present around, like leaves. She is fond of new leaves. So obviously she will go and nibble on those leaves all night through. The whole night it will keep on feeding herself if she is not given dinner. I very soon discovered that a good feed means good bellyful food, pet bhar khana, a good feed just before I went to bed had the effect of making her sleepy too. Now what the writer is saying, when the writer is going to sleep, when does the writer sleep? Obviously he is a human being, he will sleep at night. So he is saying that before I go to bed, if I give a bellyful food, pet bhar khana, to Tippity, then there are chances that Tippity will feel lazy and it will go to bed, because when we eat good food, bellyful food, we also feel lazy and sleepy and we feel like taking rest. So same is the case of Tippity. Though she is nocturnal, but if you want to make her sleep at night, then you'll have to give her a bellyful good dinner. Then only she can go to sleep. On custard nights means when she was given custard as dinner. On custard nights, Tippity would invariably overeat. So when there was custard in dinner, she used to overeat. Overeat means more than you need. भूख से ज़्यादा खा लेना. And that meant sleeping solidly till the early hours of the morning. So if she's overeating, means she will sleep throughout the night and she will get up in the morning just like human beings. So what is the benefit of this? Why the author is talking about Tipiti sleeping at night? Obviously, if Tipiti will be awake throughout the night, Tipiti will disturb the author's sleep. He will not let the author sleep. So if the author wants to sleep soundly, he'll have to make Tipiti also sleep. So he found out the ways to make her sleep, and that was bellyful dinner, especially the custard. As a rule, I would wake up to find a warm, soft, furry ball curled up against my neck. So, as a rule means in most of the cases, Tipiti was given bellyful dinner and she used to sleep. And when the author used to get up, what he used to feel? He used to feel that there is a warm, soft, furry ball. Now, who is that? It's Tipiti, because squirrels are very furry and her tail is 2 feet long. And when it sleeps, it curls around. Tail को ऐसे curl करके सोती है. So he feels that there is a small, there's a ball, furry, warm, soft ball sleeping next my neck, somewhere here. But occasionally, sometimes, the awakening would be much ruder. Ruder means rude, ruder, rudest. Means कभी कभी उसको जो awakening जो उसको जगाया जाता था वो बहुत ही खराब तरीके से होता था. And I would find Tipiti having a lovely game with my toes. And sometimes when Tipiti is too active and in a mood of playing, what the author used to find? That Tipiti is playing with his toes. You know what are toes? My ears or my hair. So Tipiti used to play with his ears, sometimes hair, sometimes toes. So that was a little disturbing way of waking up the author. उसको बड़ी disturb करके उठाती थी कभी कभी. There was something extraordinary fascinating about her. Fascinating, something attractive. Extraordinary, something very, very fascinating, very, very attractive, very nice thing about Tipiti was her every moment and her little chirp of pleasure was very sweet to hear. Every movement, the way she used to move, jump, or whatever activity it was doing. And her chirrup of pleasure. What is chirrup of pleasure? In Hindi we call it khushi se chehchahana, right? So it was always happy, in a cheerful mood, jumping here and there. Such a nice, cute little creature. Not little, but it was a cute creature. And it was very sweet to hear all that, her sounds, that chirrup, that chehchahati noise. Tipiti had an assortment of calls. Assortment, you can say, collection of calls. Calls means sounds that it makes. So, as we human beings, we react differently in different situations. When we are happy, we react in a different way. When we are annoyed, we react in a different way. But when we are annoyed, we don't react in one same way. Sometimes we shout, sometimes we keep quiet. Sometimes we don't even shout, and nor if we keep quiet. We speak but very little, right? So we also have different ways of expressing ourselves. Same way, Tipiti also had different ways of expressing herself. So, calls means the sound that she used to make, and assortments means collection. Her growl, gurgurana, was most alarming and would have done credit to an animal 10 times herself. What do you mean by credit to an animal 10 times of herself? For size means उसका जो घुर्राना था, that growl, वो इतना खतरनाक होता था कि उससे 10 टाइम्स जो साइज में एनिमल्स होते थे, उससे 10 गुना बड़े एनिमल होते थे, उनके बराबर का ही उसका चिल्लाना होता था। मीन्स बहुत ही भयानक तरीके से वो गुस्सा करती थी। गॉट इट? She had a temper of her own. Temper means mizaj. Okay. I am sorry to say, which every member of the household, master and dogs included, had occasion to remember. Means included had in occasion to remember means सबको एक ना एक बार उस ग्राउल का सामना करना पड़ा था, whether it is the household or household means the servants or the author or his wife or his children or the dogs. Everybody faced her growl one or the other time. सबने कभी ना कभी उसको face किया था. So they all knew how she growls. It showed for a second and was gone again as suddenly as it had been roused. Roused means arise. तो जितनी जल्दी उसको गुस्सा आता था, उतनी ही जल्दी वो गुस्सा शांत भी होता था. तो it was just for few time. So she used to get angry and annoyed too much. She used to growl and sometimes scratch or bite. And then after few minutes, it used to subside. शांत हो जाता था. But in that instant means when she is annoyed, she is angry, her sharp claws had torn some offending hand. या तो वो किसी को claws से she would scratch, or her terrible teeth had sent a dog howling out of the room, or sometimes she used to bite. Okay, as I said, so when she used to get angry, she used to growl and sometimes scratch or bite the person or the animal, whoever was around. Poor Tippity. Her end was tragic in the extreme. In the end, Tippity's end was very tragic. It was a tragedy, means Tippity died. How she died is given here. We hope it was also painless, and the author hopes that, I hope that Tippity did not get any pain when she died. She had been tied up just before dinner. As in the beginning, the author said that if you are having your meals, then you'll have to tie Tippity with the leg of the table, because her tail was the most disturbing and often used to come into the soup. So they used to tie Tippity at the leg of the table. So tied up just before dinner, but somehow the end of the chain had got unfastened. Unfastened means it got opened from the leg of the chair. Okay, from the chair it got unfastened, it got opened. I heard her hopping about on the boards of the veranda, and because when, as I said, that the author is staying somewhere in near amidst the nature, natural surroundings में रह रहा है, or some near some jungle or something, so he had the house made up of wood. So boards of veranda, that is why he has used this word boards of veranda, because it was of wood. So he's saying कि Tippity got herself unfastened, उसने chain तोड़ ली थी, and she hopped about on the boards of the veranda, and it went to the veranda, and dragging her chain behind her. The chain was still in her neck and it was dragging, वो उसके साथ साथ लटक रही थी. I went out to bring her back. The author went out at once to bring her back because it was going out unguarded. And as I said, the author is staying somewhere in the forest or in the natural environment where other animals are also staying. So it was really dangerous for squirrel to move out unfastened, unguarded. बगैर किसी गार्ड के, बगैर किसी के साथ के उसको अकेला छोड़ना was very risky. So author goes out to bring her back. But in that instant, that very same moment, something flashed passed. The moment Tippity is going there and author was behind her, just at that moment something flashed. एकदम आया और गया. Okay. Flash past me. There was a tiny squeal. एक चीख, छोटी सी चीख. Got it? A fox had poor Tippity in its relentless jaws. A fox had grabbed Tippity in its relentless means never ending jaws. Means the fox got hold of Tippity and Tippity became the shikar of fox. Her death was avenged. Means the author is saying, I took revenge for Tippity's death. But that is another story. How, when, where is another story which he has not mentioned here. Obviously, if he will mention that story also, it will become too long. So children, here we end with this story of Tippity, the flying squirrel. And now it's time for you to read the chapter twice thoroughly and go through all the meanings. There are many meanings which you should know. And you will understand the chapter only and only when you are done with the meanings. Okay, children? So I end up with this video here. In the next videos, we will discuss our other exercises. Thank you.